Hey YouTube, it's me Peanut. Today I want to show you a cheap shotgun I got. Now by cheap I mean not very much money, but it's a very good gun. I'm sure you'll agree with me. Can you identify it? It is a bolt action 12 gauge tube fed magazine. It is a JC Higgins. Yep, you guessed it. Some say this is called a Model 10. It doesn't say Model 10 on it, but it says Model 583.16. I don't know what the 16 means. But it does have a modified barrel. And I was playing with it today, and I figured out how to take the plug out of the magazine. And for somebody out there who might want to know how to do that, it's actually pretty easy. If you take the stock off, which you don't have to, it's just this one screw. You take that out, it doesn't come all the way out. Just unscrews a bit, and then the barrel and magazine all come off. But all you gotta do, one side of this clamp has a screw in it. You take that screw out, which I'm going to do on camera, so bear with me. Now this screw will come all the way out, and that cap will probably pop off the end, so I'll put my finger over it. Okay. And there goes the cap. And there's my spring. Here's my tube. You slide that right down inside that spring. Take your cap, put it back on. That cap has, see that cut in it? That's where the bolt goes in. So you gotta adjust your clamp and your bolt so it goes in there, just like so. Put your screw back in. And now it's just seriously limited my firepower. Now the reason that's in there is a lot of states you're only allowed to have 3 shells in your shotgun to hunt. Some states you're only allowed to have a shotgun to shoot deer with. And for those of you that love bolts, this is the gun to have. You know, magazine, tube magazine, you can keep topping it off. It doesn't have a stupid box. You know, the box-loaded shotguns are kind of dumb unless they hold 5 shells. Then I would say they might have a purpose. But this gun I got, excuse me, package deal. I got 3 guns. Ithaca Flu, double barrel 12 gauge, a Mossberg 500. And I got this gun, all for $300, but I had to take all 3 of them. I got them for $300, so I actually sold the Flu, I sold the Mossberg, and I'm left with this. Nobody wants to buy this. Why did I buy them all? The Flu needed a little bit of work, and you know I like to work on double barrels. The Mossberg needed a little bit of work, and I like working on guns. This didn't need anything. It didn't need any work at all. It's perfectly flawless except for the buttstock or the pads. I don't know what happened there. It's just a little crushed. It's worn. It's weathered. It's still functional. It's not very pleasing to the eye, but it's got a pretty long barrel. Boy, I wish I had my tape on me. It's one of the longest guns I own. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, I got my tape. Let's measure this. I'll try to approximate from the breech face there. 28-inch barrel. That's what I thought. But these Higgins they're tanks. They're just tanks. They just run. They're simple. I'm still trying to decide whether or not I want to keep it or not. Maybe you can help me decide. Here in Pennsylvania, they're not worth anything. They're very common. Gun shop I tried to sell it to said he buys them for $50, he sells them for $100. A couple, 2 or 3 other gun shops I went to, I asked them if they're interested in a bolt action 12 gauge. They said no. I said, you don't even want to look at it? He said no. We just don't want them. Can't sell them because pumps are so popular, and we're allowed to use pumps to hunt with, and we still have to limit to 3 shells, I'm pretty sure, for bird. I don't know about if you use it for deer. I don't know if you got to limit it to 3 shells or not, but I'm going to take that wooden tube back out now. In case you want to take yours out, we'll just reverse that process. I like it better knowing I can put 5 shells in it. So I unscrewed that screw. I'm going to pause the video and go catch that. Okay, so I should have known that was going to happen. I mean, that's under tension. So the spring just popped out along with the cap. I don't know why that's got a screw in the end of it. I don't even know if it does anything. Maybe that's where you take the plug. You just take that screw out of the end of it and pull the plug out. I tried that sucker, was really tight. I'll have to, when I get a tight nip, I'll see if that's how that's done. But now that the spring came out, I just get my wooden rod out, put my spring back in, put my cap back on there. That bolt will ride right in, go right into that groove there. So put that back in, get it lined up, put my bolt in. Once the bolt's sitting in, that cap won't go anywhere, and you just tighten it back up. It's actually easy peasy. It's even easier if this cap bolt comes off. I don't know, I tried it. This one here looks a little boogered up from people trying it with tiny screwdrivers. But anyway, this is, I'm sure, factory. It limits it to 2 shells. Without it, it'll hold 5 shells. But this is my JC Higgins. I don't know if I said it. It's a model 583.16. Some people call it a Model 10. I don't know. It's a 12 gauge bolt action. But I do like the magazine fed. I shot this gun. It is smooth as silk. It's old, but unfortunately, honestly, because it's a bolt, and it's nice that you can load the magazine, but I think I can shoot a double barrel just as fast, if not faster. You know, boom, boom, crack, take, put, boom, boom, crack, take and put, and boom, boom. And this one, boom, put a shell in. Boom, put a shell in. Boom, put a shell in. I don't know. It's just as fast, I think. I don't know. I like the double barrels. I really do. But this is an awesome gun. If you have one, you know. This doesn't have anything on, no poly choke or nothing. But it does have modified. It is modified, so I'm thinking about getting rid of it. I hate to do it, but you know how it is when you have a lot of guns and you don't have a lot of money. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice the one you like the least so you can buy a new one. And this one just doesn't really fit my arsenal, so I don't know if I want to keep it or not. Maybe you guys can help me decide. I can't sell it outright. No one wants to buy it. The only thing I can do is sell the parts off eBay. I seen a bolt go recently, just a bolt, over $100. So I don't try to get as much money as I can on eBay. I sell cheap, and I move the merchandise. So I'd sell the bolt for $60, $50, and the stock for $60 or $50, and whatever else I can unbolt from it, and try to get $100 from it. And that'll get me that much closer to my next double barrel. But I'm thinking about parting it out. Let me know what you guys think. Here in Pennsylvania, these guns just, they're not popular. I don't know why. You can find them cheap. They're really good guns, though. If I wasn't so hard up for money, I'd just keep the thing. But, you know, it's November, Christmas is coming. I don't want to blow another $400 or $500 on a double barrel that drains my savings, and then I have even more guns sitting around. This is one I think I need to get rid of. I don't hunt. I used to deer hunt, but this wouldn't be a good deer hunting rifle or shotgun. I do that all the time. I have other better shotguns, but it's a shame. I really like this gun. Let me know what you guys think. You know, would you trade it off for the gun you really want, or would you just keep it hanging around and just wait that much longer? That's probably what I ought to do. Leave it hanging around. It's a classic. First one I've ever seen. You know, they're supposed to be so common. I've never seen one. You know, I've been into guns pretty big half my life. Maybe it's just a regional thing here in Pennsylvania. They're just, maybe I just haven't seen one. You know, they're common. Everybody has one. But let me know what you guys think. Again, it's a J.C. Higgins. A lot of people call it a Model 10. It says it's a Model 583.16, and I know the .16 has to do with how it's built. They're all pretty much the same. Now, to get the bolt out of this, you just take this screw out here. There's a screw in the side of the receiver. Take that screw out. Bolt comes right out. Now, the shell riser has to be up. If the shell riser's down, it won't come out. It'll lock up on that groove. And no. I don't know if it will lock up. I know the shell riser has to be down. This is the groove here that the bolt rides in, the end of the bolt, to keep it from coming out. Now, there was a recall on these. I'm going to lift my shell riser up to put it back in. There was a recall on these, and from what I read, that bolt, that little tiny bolt came out. It was stripped. This little tiny bolt was stripped, and the guy was shooting it, and that stripped bolt popped out, and he pulled that bolt clear back somehow or another with that shell razor down. That bolt came out. No, it won't do it. Anyway, he did it. He pulled it back and hit himself in the eye. Was there a problem with his gun? Absolutely. Is there a problem with this gun? Absolutely not. You know, there's nothing wrong with the threads on this bolt. There's actually 2 or 3 threads. That's it. And the end of it's kind of like a pin. Of course, the threads don't go down inside that little groove. It's a special little bolt that you don't want to lose. You could even Loctite it, but I wouldn't. Just keep it tight and keep an eye on it. But let me know what you guys think. It's a good gun. Is it worth keeping? I don't know. Appreciate your guys' opinion. Thanks for watching. Okay, so just another quick add-on to that video. After further inspection, that little screwed end, that will turn out. Now, mine was ungodly tight. It was rusted fast. I had to put it in a vise. I didn't have a screwdriver that big. Looks like it could be used. You could use a quarter for it. but I actually had to put a screwdriver in it sideways, and then it kept turning in the vise. I had to tighten it up. It was just stuck. But that plug will come out, and you can slip this right in there. And I found it slips right in, but it doesn't just slip right out. So if I put it in, it just doesn't want to come out. Now there it did. I'm banging the end of it against the wooden table. But I slid it all the way in. Now let's see if it comes out. Oh, no, it didn't for me. I didn't bang it either. But so that's a much quicker way to put your tube in. Your shell limiting tube. Just put that cap on the end. That's what that cap's for. Hey, see, I'm learning. Learn something new every day. Now I learn that. And I guess, that doesn't really need to be that tight. So I just wanted to mention that. If yours is super tight like mine was, it's just as easy to pull that clamp off like I showed you previously. But if yours is loose, it's knurled, so it shouldn't be that tight. And of course I tightened mine up. But that little, looks like you can put a quarter in the end of it. It shouldn't be that tight. Doesn't need to be. Anyway, that's how you actually, I guess you're supposed to do it. But the way I did it's, foolproof. Maybe yours is stuck to it and it won't come out. I actually loaded mine up with shelves to push the tube out. Now that banging it against the wood, I got a wooden table, I just tapped it against it, came out. But I wanted to show you that, so that's probably the way it's supposed to be done. Anyway, again, thanks for watching.